Testing. Alrighty. Welcome to episode 9 of a Sims 4 Cosmetology School story. Get the playlist link in there if Streamlabs is ready. It's taking its time. Still not there. That's better. Alright, there's that. And for those who may want to at some point read my Cosmetology School journal, or if you lost the link. And then this is basically if my stream ends for whatever reason, because my computer's been behaving the last week or so, but yesterday I had to end 2 streams because, well, the buffering on YouTube was really bad, so I had to start another episode. And then the next, another episode, the internet here cut out for like 5 minutes. So I had to start another episode. So just basically, if ever you're watching and I disconnect and the stream ends, look for the comments to see if I say something, because I usually, if I'm able to get there, whether it's on my phone or on the computer, if I'm able to type something, I type something in the comments and say whether I'm trying to start another stream. You know. So, tonight, I can go late. I don't work tomorrow. So, this is the time when, you know, I could potentially start another stream at 3 o'clock in the morning just because I wasn't done with what I was doing. So anyway, we have our main characters, Charlie Camarillo, who is, she's not necessarily poor, but she's not rich either. But then she has, they are neighbors. Her neighbor, Joanna Delaney, is the popular, not as rich as she used to be, but her parents still have some money. And she's the trendy cheerleader, athlete, all, you know, she's the popular girl. And her friends have been bullying Charlie, as Charlie is a bit more of a new girl to school. And she's not necessarily poor, but she dresses like a tomboy and doesn't necessarily wear fancy, expensive clothing. And they just... And the fact that she lives in a rundown apartment, you know, makes her a bit of a target. And her mom's a waitress, her dad's a long-haul truck driver. You know, she just... They pick on her. They insult her mama, you know, all that stuff. Okay, don't click the X, then you end the stream. Alright, so in this playthrough series, I have been using some mods. I've never really used mods before in Sims 4, but in this particular story, I am using them. And I did add a couple more a few minutes ago. Some like barbershop items. He had like a set of clippers, so it's important to have that piece of clutter. All right, what is this? Get out of here, PayPal. Leave me alone. Oh, and in other news, the book that I ordered that is in the thumbnail, it arrived today instead of tomorrow. And I was expecting to get a used textbook that would have like all kinds of words and stuff highlighted in it. I'm of the opinion that nobody has ever opened this book. It's a 1994 edition, but I don't think anybody has ever opened this book until today when I opened it. So it's about as fresh as you're gonna get for a textbook. So I'm pleased with my $6 purchase. No, we don't need to look at that. Yeah, so I got some like barber decals and a pole and stuff like this. So these are the mannequins. Let's go ahead and resume. We were working on the school. We'll see what kind of clutter we got with his stuff. Last night, I was working on making the classrooms, and because in the classroom there's at least our classrooms at the second school, well, both schools really, you have a shampoo bowl in the classroom for using on each other and demonstrating that you can use the shampoo sink with your mannequin and all that. And so I wanted to put a shampoo bowl in the classroom, and I came up with as simple of a way to do this as I could using move objects. If she lays in this chair and we turn this sink sideways, she will lay in this chair without this interfering with her. And he can wash his hands, and it makes it kind of look like he's shampooing her hair. You know, all things considered, hey, that's a pretty good pretend. So I am happy with that. That's not custom content. That's just move objects and turn the sink. Move objects on and using the Alt key to move it closer, and then get somewhat similar colored objects so they kind of blend. The objects clutter. Alright, new stuff. A barbicide jar. Okay, so whatever that was, it's not working. Okay, those are some really big scissors. Okay, so he's got clippers. That's a good thing to have. Let's see. So we got the barbicide. Couldn't quite get this poster to work, but that's okay. Oh, okay, he's using that as the comb. Well, I don't really want the comb or the scissors for his stuff, but I applaud his effort for making them, and I really like these clippers. So yeah, in yesterday's episode, I was trying to between what's in the game and the content that I downloaded, I was putting it out. Um, Now, this here is the senior room, possibly anyway. Both rooms are the same size, but at the moment, this is the junior room, the workshop, the first class you start in before you get enough hours to go out on the floor and work on people, because that's how it works. You know, when you start cosmetology school, you have to be in class for like, what is it, like 8 weeks or something. You have to have, in Michigan, you have to have 350 hours in the classroom doing, minimums of different things to learn before you go out onto the floor and do the things on people. That's just how it is. And hopefully they don't change that. Because these idiot politicians that don't have anything better to do, all they care about is cutting programs, cutting funding. They don't want to have to fund beauty school. So what do we need to fund that for? Why should anybody have a student loan for that? Yet they'll cry when COVID shuts down all the salons and barbershops. You don't need haircuts, but you sure as hell don't want to fund any stylists getting a break. Speaking of which, I made a payment last night and I'm still waiting on confirmation. But my student loan, as of last night, had $1,002.33 left. And I sent them that much. And I'm waiting for confirmation to hear that just shy of 13 years after I went back to school, I'm done with my student loan. I really would like to hear that. Let me see. I'm gonna check my bank over here. See if they at least took the money. No, they have not taken money yet. So how's everybody doing? If anybody's watching. If you're watching in the future, you could always comment. Say, how you doing? Have you been to cosmetology school? Have you wanted to go? Do you know anybody in your family that's gone? Something like that. Or maybe you have a friend. Um, okay, when we left off last night, I had put these cabinets here, and I was like trying to figure out how I wanted them. I'm still not sure if that's how I'm keeping them, but um, I just want to make sure that they don't interfere with somebody doing what they need to do here. So, I was also right before I started. I am still trying to find some more hairstyle custom content. I was looking up to see if I need to look up and see uh, the cuts that you learn in class, the basic cuts, the round layer, the female, or at least for Regency, we had these basic cuts. There was the 180 layers, which is when you pull them all up, straight up, like a shark fin and cut, and that gives you lots of layering. There's the round layers, which is cut the hair like a stop sign, a three-dimensional stop sign. In other words, it's a 90-degree cut where every time you pick up a section of hair, it is 90 degrees from the head. So if you're like on the top, you'd be cutting a horizontal line. And then if you're in the back, you'd be cutting a vertical line. And then you'd cut an angle connecting the two at the crown. And then you would, in the nape or the lower neck area, you'd pull one down from there, and that would be on an angle. Because it's straight down from, how the nape of the neck area there is on that angle itself. Anyway, I was looking for certain hairstyles that I started to look for those. I'm still trying to find, I don't know how to word it, but it's like I like sectioned hair, section into coils, section with clips. I can't find anything other than all I keep finding is like two buns. Like nobody's got multiple coils or buns aside from I'm thankful that the game itself has that multiple sectioned oh, that's right, I changed his hairstyles. I changed it to regular. Uh, what about her? Okay, yeah. The game has this. But I mean, it looks. This would be closer to doing a perm parting, but in reality, it needs to be a mohawk section going all the way back, not these triangles. You know, it's supposed to just go because you're putting perm rods in here. Um, so you're putting them like this all the way back to the bottom. And then you would have a 3 inch, approximately 3 inch section here. Like this would be all one section, but it would start more from a straight line here and go down. And then this one would go straight down until you get back here. You know, the main problem with this is that this has to be a more rectangular or like parallel lines. A mohawk going all the way back. I mean, it's great for demonstrating, hey, section the hair for a whatever, but it's not. It's not. It's not. If I can find otherwise, I want. I want otherwise. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But I can't seem to find it. At least not on Pinterest anyway. Google's not helping. Uh, of course, it doesn't help that when I try to say 4 sections, well, 4 is already in the name of the damn game. What about... Let's try knots. Let's try, let's just try hair knots and see what we get. Okay. Um, well, that's good. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's better. Um, I still don't. I'm still not finding anybody that's got pin curls with actual curls. Um, no pins and curls. Okay, in a few minutes I'm gonna be getting up to go get my coffee warmed up from the fresh pot. I'll probably get some hot water in this bucket too. they just did the same one. It's not really going to be, I think it's just a recolor. Okay, but is this the same on all of them? Is hers different than these? Or... I don't know. Alright, well, we're getting lost in the rabbit hole again. But that's what I was trying to find. Alright, let me go get the coffee. Maybe I'll come up with something while we're doing that. Okay. I still need to make a fourth instructor. There should be at least 4 instructors. They're not always going to be present at all times, but there should be more. Um, okay, I am back, if anybody cares. I appreciate you caring. Um, do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, what do I want to do now? So we got our. If you weren't watching yesterday, I also figured out how I can get the mannequins and other people to sit in these chairs without making them have to talk to each other. And the way for that to happen is if they all have either a textbook or a sketch pad or a slablet in their pockets. Do you have one? No, you don't. There's that. And then you got the slablet.
Really?
Okay, he's got to get his own. That's right, we're. Well, how come she was able to? She put it in her pocket.
Newlets. Really?
Okay, so for some reason he couldn't sit in that chair. But now it's in his inventory. But in any case, so what we need to do, though, because we need enough room for somebody to be able to stand behind this table, behind this chair, and do his hair. So yeah. So that's an issue. If I want to have that many tables in here. Well, you could do like the classroom had, which you went to, where it was U-shaped. Yeah, we can try that. Let's give that a try. You could even actually you do more of a U shape with it. Yeah, I don't like that. If you put them together, they won't sit down, so... Yeah, I don't think this will work. The middle chair is probably not going to have anybody sitting there. You don't need that many. No, but look. If you've got a student and a mannequin, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students and 1 teacher. That's 6. Then two mannequins. That's fine. But oh, that's what happened. You moved the chairs back here. You had chairs already back here, and you move one table out of the picture. I mean, you can do something like that. I mean, you can get creative with this. It doesn't have to be the way your school was. The only problem, like I said there, with or if you go like this, then these act weird. Okay, he's able to sit down like that. Oh, so he can act like a mannequin. Yep. We'll move over this way a little. I mean, doing this makes it look like there's a full class. One student, one. I'd like to have two of them like paired up though. The main issue is like, at the very least, for my active students, the ones I control, is they need to be able to stand behind the chairs. Oh man, really? Okay, just keep this in mind. Yeah, what's that? At any time, when we finish this school, we can toss it into my gallery, then go to an earlier episode and get our time back, and plop it down. So you don't have to worry about this time going by. You just got to get the build stuff done. And right now, the only, as long as you go back to that little bit, where you've already had your main characters like introducing each other, and the mean girls did their little mean thing, and This should be on this line here. However, you're still... Yeah, you need to do that.
Marie Poshima?
Anama?
Oh, Tinquilla. Yorba. Yumo. Ah, Kurochi. Fella Balloon.
Ah, Head Fabi.
Hoo-hoo, Harpin.
Well, while we're in here, we might as
Prep.
well...
Oh!
Now, that's going to be an issue, though. If I offer on one chair, it needs to be on that chair.
Spudman.
Kimbara.
You'd have to.
Because that's a problem. You know, they're offering on one chair and then going to another.
Alupas? My alupas.
Maybe while they're standing up. Right.
Marie Poshima?
Nathan.
Oh, Tinkwell.
Nope, because now you're going to a different chair again.
Ooh. Yes, you're right. Huh? Yes, you're.
You know, that was not an issue at, I'm pretty sure that was not an issue at the salon that I had. I mean, she's using any of the chairs, it's just she's going to a random one. And I can't have that. Alright, you whip out your book. Dang it, no! So now that that chair's in here, they're wanting to use that chair. She was sitting in it, that's why. That's why it's... Nope, she got up.
Company.
Shiva. Dame Bachara.
So that's going to be a problem. I mean, it doesn't have to be a problem. I mean, I could just let it go, but... I just wish they wouldn't switch chairs. I mean, if I have to, I'll put the other stools back, and one will be the mannequin chair, and one will be the regular chair. But...
Uh-huh.
Well, you know how you fix that? If you've got only enough chairs for your Sims to sit in, and they're all taken, except the one you're trying to use. That's what we could do. Um, Because if you use regular stools. The other thing is, we don't have, as long as we've got two identical classrooms, we can just do the scene in either one. We could have one set up for when they're working on the mannequin, and another set up for when they're doing class. Instead of having to move things back and forth. Yeah. Bear with me, folks. I didn't get as much sleep as I should have today. And then when my alarm went off at 10:45, I got up at 11:42. So I only had about 15 minutes to get ready and go. Thankfully, it was the 12:30 day, but all right. There's nobody really watching right now, and if you are, that's okay. We're going to... I'm going to go ahead and save where we're at right now. I want to find out something before we proceed. So... So we're going to exit this game. Let me see. Well, let me just type this out. So, that being said, when I do my stories, I quite often use more than one game to tell the story. In this case, I might be using American Truck Simulator to provide the character of Charlie Camarillo's dad, a truck driver. That being said, I'm going to open ATS because I want to see what came with Illinois. I may or may not choose a character. I may or may not do a load. It's going to depend on what Illinois has and if it annoys me or not. But since tonight may be a little bit shorter night, or the fact that I might be sleepy, whatever the case may be, we're going to find this out. Bear with me because sometimes I quite often I have to reload this because it freezes up. So I have not loaded this game since they did the update, and I have not loaded it since the other day when I bought Illinois. So I'm not sure. Yeah, that looked like it. That's frozen. So. That seems to happen every time. Is my controller plugged in? Yes, it should still be plugged in. Okay, so Illinois, welcome to the beautiful prairie state. Illinois showcases the best of what the USA has to offer. Hop into your rig, hit the legendary Route 66, and journey through Springfield, the state's historic capital, to Chicago, one of the Midwest's most iconic cities. Travel alongside the mighty Mississippi River, which defines the state's western border. Discover charming river towns, classic steamboats, and scenic vineyards dotting the landscape. In the southern part of Illinois, experience a blend of cities, lush farmland, and quaint small towns. Meanwhile, the northeastern region is a bustling hub of urban and suburban life anchored by Chicago, the nation's third largest city nestled on the bank of Lake Michigan. Illinois is not just about its picturesque landscapes. You can also be sure there will be no shortage of jobs waiting for you. The state ranks among the nation's leaders in exports, agricultural production, and manufacturing as it lies within both the old industrial belt and the fertile agricultural heart of the country. 11 faithfully recreated cities such as Chicago, Springfield, Rockford, and Peoria. Iconic landmarks like the Buckingham Memorial Fountain, the Springfield State Capitol, Rock Valley College, and a meticulously recreated downtown in Rockford. Brand new industries, construction equipment factory and dealer, marinas on Lake Michigan, and Rend Lake, and Chicago's famous international airport. Okay, cool. Scenic towns like Macomb or Chenoa. Uh, start Route 66 in Chicago. Stunning natural locations: the Wren Lake, Mississippi, Shawnee National Forest, Lake Michigan. Um, Rail network, picking up cargo from the intermodal hub and delivering it by truck across the state. Um, Hidden roads and viewpoints and Easter eggs and more. Ow. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. Okay, so let's close that. Alright, I don't remember where David was, but I think we were down in the Arizona area. So let's just, let's pick a different, um, I really wish they would save my configurations for my controllers, because this really, it really causes me problems when I go to set up another driver. Alright, you can choose a different face at any time. So if we want to change it when we go to make him in The Sims, we could do that. But who do we want to make? Who could be Charlie Camarillo's dad? Maybe this guy. Of course, I don't know if I necessarily want to have a hat on his head, because I don't always like the way the hats look in The Sims. Now, if it is Charlie's dad, he's got to be a little older, because she's turning 18. So he got to be an older guy. Or at least somebody that kind of looks old. I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. What I mean by that is I don't. Sometimes you can't tell by a face how old the person is. This dude here kind of reminds me of the wrestler Kevin Owens. Just a little bit. KO? Yeah, KO. This guy's a little bit older. Could be this guy. It's not bug-eyed Santa there. I mean, you can always use this guy. He doesn't. We don't have to necessarily pretend it's Stu anymore. He looks a little older. Yeah, let's give him a try. All right. If I gotta do that, then I gotta hide what you were. So, let me do this. Let me do this. Um, all right. Now, here's the thing. We're going to because we're going with this Louisiana theme, There. Field of Dreams. Yep. The story takes place, since we're in Willow Creek and all that, and we have Louisiana DLC, I'm probably going to make his home garage in Louisiana. So I don't really want to do New Orleans, but I think we'd maybe do Lake Charles, since it's near the water and the Gulf. We can't take these two, so yeah, let's just take Lake Charles. I like the Max, but they don't have the stuff. I wish I remember which truck has the like the dashboard indicators when our lights are on and stuff. But let's go with this, I think. I wish it would tell me what year these are. So yeah, we're setting up Charlie's dad. Charlie's dad is a truck driver. So we're going to Texas first. before we do that, let's configure some stuff. The horn. The horn. Always remember to turn your stupid horn off in these controls. Unless they fixed it. Because it's like quite often when I'm listening to Daniel play and he goes to like turn or something and his horn's honking. And it's possible that he did not remove the control from one of these horns. And I don't know why they do that, but they just have it so that you know, all you're doing is playing the game and turning your truck and it's making the frickin' horn sound go. Like, stop it. But you have to do this when you're setting up a new character. Oh, wait. That's right. Unassign this. You know what? Let's turn rain off. I like playing with the rain on, but at the same time, I like being able to show the scenery in the daylight. Alright. Alright. No, 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 no. No. Get your tooltips out of here. Okay, it's over there on the side. Hey, look, they're showing us our money again. Thank the heavens. The last time they updated, they took away the ability to see how much money you had. Oh, that's right, I've already got my trailer. Okay, so we got a load of oil pipes. And we are borrowing this truck. This is not our truck. Chances are I'm gonna do like, here, so let's map this out. Let's go up here. Because, well, we gotta go that way anyway. But in order to buy a used truck, you have to unlock at least one truck dealer. Wow, we can actually cross the Mississippi now. Technically, we were doing that in New Orleans and here in Louisiana. We were doing that because it goes through the middle of the state. Thanks for letting me out, buddy. So now that they've done the update and all that, they have a thing now where if you tip over your truck on like side of the road or whatever, you can then get a tow truck to come out and put your truck back on the road at, you know, a closest spot. As long as you don't detach your trailer, you can do that. You can get assistance to put your truck back on the road. Well, hey, it's not my truck. I don't have to pay for it. Ah, we're going over by the ferry. Let's go look at where we're at. Oh wow, this one's a cutscene instead. Because it's only a short distance across. That's neat. So yes, we are still playing The Sims 4. This is part of the story. I can't say it any plainer than that. When I play my games and do my stories, I do what I call mashups. And I use more than one game when it fits what I'm trying to do. And sometimes it helps me to do this stuff because it you know, I can relax, I can come up with ideas. When I play this game, I leave the fines on. If it costs me money for getting fined, so be it. I get mad when I get fined for certain things that I don't think I should have gotten, but you know, like when the other trucks hit me or other cars hit me and I should not have been hit. I get fined for it when they hit me. I can only assume that's a fake number for the phone. Yeah, I've been injured. I'd like to hire David to go take care of it. Is he like the A team or something, or maybe a hit squad, or what do we got? Oh, look, it's a little Dollar Tree in a weird-looking building. does that take me to? Oh, that goes to Rockport. I have my signal on, dork. You better be letting me in. Okay, it's 98 to get one of them. They don't have any beaters right now. Hell, that's freaking 108. So the goal is to leave from here and get to Illinois. I don't know exactly what we'll be doing yet, load-wise, but we're starting off with oil pipes because that's what they make me get. They randomly choose something for you and you're stuck with it, and the only way you can get something different is to start the game over and do all that, configure your controls and all that all over again. I think we're gonna go on that scary bridge that nobody likes. Yep. This here is, if you've ever seen that, when you see a picture of this bridge, It's like really, really steep going up here. This doesn't look as steep as it looks in those other pictures, but I think they're replacing this. Now this doesn't bother me at all. It's a bridge. I'm going over a bridge. I know I'm more concerned with doing this. What can I see from up here? Can I see any ships? Yes, I can see some ships. Boy, now we get to go down the slope. I'm gonna take my foot off the gas here. We're currently 23 miles per hour. Not bad. That was about, what, 15 miles per hour increase in speed. Okay, we're going down there. Yeah. In a minute, I'm gonna get up and go get coffee if I don't finish the load first. I mean, I might finish the load, then go get the coffee, but depends on how long this takes. But I still got that pot might still have the light on. I'm not sure, but gonna get it before I have to microwave it. That's for sure. I don't want to have to microwave it. So basically what ends up happening is you do your first load, and then it'll show the cutscene involving showing you your starter garage. It's like, this is your garage, but you can't do anything with it yet because you don't have your own truck. So you have to get a truck. Yeah. Hello? Automatic idiot drivers. I should put my feet back in the water. I need to get a bigger thing to put my feet in. This big drawer is nice, but it's still not wide enough. It needs to be wider. Let me make this straight. In order to go to Illinois, you got to go to Texas first. Yeah. It's just one of them things. Almost fell asleep. Water's getting cold. thinking of Corpus Christi. Yeah. That bridge. That other bridge. That they're, I mean, they're both getting replaced, but, anyway. But, in the game, when you're over in Corpus Christi, they have a bridge that's you know, still existing, and then there's like a huge construction project for a much taller, higher bridge in progress. I don't know if they finished that bridge yet, but I don't think I like this truck. It don't want to accelerate very well. We're supposed to go in there. Yeah. If we ever get Michigan, I'm gonna take that because that looks like Detroit. You know, the curve of Detroit by the river. Oh. There's the cutscene. Of course, it looks a lot nicer now that they redid the garage. Used to be a little. You were in a basically looked like you were in the desert. It was like a little shack looking thing made out of. Anyway, it's a pretty basic garage. It may not be much, but it's a start. Well, it's a hell of a lot more than you used to give us. Unfortunately, you haven't got anything to park there yet, so there are no trucks in sight. Once you've earned enough money and bought a truck, you will be able to move in the world freely and run your own business from here. Good luck. Aw, thank you. So, let's find out. That's a boat place. It's a rename of one they've already got of a similar color company. We've already had these other companies. East St. Louis, Flavor Fair. Flavor Fair is kind of like General Mills. Okay, they have Enterpriser. What does they got that warehouse and they got that warehouse. Champaign has a Flavor Fair type place. Okay, that's a construction equipment. Moline farm equipment or other machinery. They have a page and price paper. That's cool. More equipment. Oh, and they have a underground whatchamacallit, possibly, like Missouri has. Well, you let go of everything here. Let's. No 4-2 prints in Illinois. Well, there goes using Charlie Chambers for that, or Colt Cooper. Other than the one paper mill. Okay, they got GARC for their railroad. Okay, we got O'Hare Airport. There's a Walmart. Warehouse. There's a Rockport. I'm gonna go get my coffee really quick before I start zoning out here. I will be right back. Ooh, that hurts. one moment. Go get me a pill. Uh, okay, so without selecting a town, let's select well, let's see what's here in Louisiana. There's the paper mill. Are we sharing this or? Oh. So Lake Charles and Springfield and Waterloo and Fort Dodge have this company. And they add one to Gallup, New Mexico. Okay, we got Okay, maybe he's driving for Flavor Fair. Yeah, we can go with that. What about adding Global Mills? Well, you got a couple of Global Mills in the area. Yeah. Okay, so what specifically are we doing? We could be the ice cream is scent. Yep, they both send ice cream. They both accept potatoes. Okay, they do both with rice. Okay, they bring in sugar or sugar beets. Packaged food, nuts, rye, raw milk, regular milk. Maybe we could just do food in general. Maybe it's milk, but just try to do food loads that go to either Flavor Fair or Global Mills. But the idea being that he's going back and forth along this corridor until I figure out a specific, you know, flour, you know, is there a specific food? Now maybe we deliver milk and then take the ice cream somewhere else. Barley goes both ways, corn goes both ways, dry fruits, butter, dry milk, imported. Anyway, let's see what we have available. And then, oh, look, sodium hydroxide. That's a hair product. That's no lie. No, no, it is a lie. Live pigs, live cattle, live sheep. I didn't know they had live sheep. Meat. From Global Mills to Rockport. Flour up to Huntsville. No. It's going the wrong way. Wheat over to New Orleans. So from Global Mills to Flavor Fair, that's cool. I think we'll do that. Okay, they have not changed. 81 grand is our cheapest. Lake Charlie? Yeah, Lake Charlie. U-block. I get a kick out of that because it's like they call that a U-block, but the truck they used to call it N-Hool. Instead of U-Haul, it was N-Hool. Like N-H-U-L or something like that. What kind of truck did they give me this time? Volvo? Okay. Got some nice brakes on this truck. Don't you be hitting me. I'm on my side of the line. Choo-choo. Some of these trucks I don't like because they have like proximity warnings and stuff. You get too close to something and it goes beep 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 beep, or ding ding ding. Like, I don't want to hear that. If I'm driving in real life, that's one thing, but I don't need your beep 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 noise in this game. Oops. Let's get some music going. It's because I couldn't see the red light. Stupid visor on the truck makes it so I can't see the light. One moment. Okay, I was just looking something up. These broken wings, I'm gonna fly and live so free. When we hear voices sing, let us sing, yeah. Damn it. My reaction time is going away here. That's what I'm talking about. That thing is annoying. You want it, you got it. No. Uh, we, we brought wheat here and you want to take it back? Stupid. Here I go again. Now the nice thing is when I take a job, I don't have to travel to the place while I'm doing a quick job, because it just automatically starts me out there. Um, Take some ice cream up to Alexandria. Okay, we got a tanker. What did it say we were carrying? Rice? Yeah. I think that's the Tabasco Island. It might be. The McElhaney Corporation. Alright, let's go. are we? Oh, another one of these bridges. It's ignorance, you dummy. Man. Just a reminder, in case anybody did not hear me say it earlier or has not read the little message in chat, we are still playing The Sims 4 for this story. We probably, given the time of night it is, we probably won't get back in there tonight, but we'll get back in there later today when after I sleep. I wanted to get in here and see what Illinois has to offer. Doesn't look like a whole lot, but at the very least, we're establishing the story, the character of Charlie Camarillo's dad, who drives this truck. He's driving this truck currently. He's a long-haul trucker, and that's why he's not around. Ah, yes. That's supposed to be the Tabasco sauce. Choo choo. I'm gonna have to get a new controller one of these days. The reverse just don't wanna. My reverse trigger don't always wanna engage. And I've had this controller for quite a few years now. I'd say about 3 years, maybe more. I've put a lot of miles on this controller. Will you quit bothering me with this? I've got it off. I've got it off. Shut up about it. Well, I'm not ready to. I'm getting a little tired, so I'm gonna not take another job right now. Because I really don't want to take those jobs, but I'm gonna have no choice. Um, because until I get my own truck, I can't choose another job. So we'll figure out what I'm doing with that the next time I play this. But tomorrow today, later today, I will plan to starting The Sims 4 or doing something Cosmetology School related, whether it's more looking for custom content or whatever. But I'm not going to start with the trucking right away. So I'm not planning on that. So I'm addicted to this game here. So I gotta not stick with it when I'm trying to play something else. So that being said, let's get out of this game. And bring this episode to a close. If anybody missed it, I ordered this book right before I started this series. I used to have this book. When I went to school I had a friend, an instructor from Texas, that sent me this book and answered my questions about cosmetology school. And then I started school after that here in Michigan. We used the, at that time, newer version of the book. It was the purple version with like 3 people on the cover. And then in 2013, when I went to Regency, we again used Milady's textbook along with the Regency videos and such. And it was a newer version at the time. But this is, for the most part, the book I learned out of. But I ordered it from eBay, and it was supposed to not come until later today, at the earliest. Well, it arrived while I was at work yesterday, Friday. And I opened it, and expecting to have like a used copy where somebody's highlighted all the words and everything. Other than this being an old book from 1994, it's pretty much looks like it's brand new. I don't think anybody has had this book before me, other than the place that I bought it from. It's bare. There's no space between the pages like somebody's been opening it. So, which is good, because I won't be expecting to have any pages torn out or ruined. So when I actually try to use that book to talk about something, I won't have those issues. And it can be annoying when somebody when we use the book in in Regency, basically we'd be going through there, and the teacher would be like, okay, now that sentence there, put either a star or a highlight of that sentence. That will be on the test. So you're like highlighting and putting stars and doing this, and so that probably happens a lot with these books, and can't really blame them. It works, but to have a fresh copy like this that nobody did that with is pretty cool. So anyway, thank you to those who were watching today. I don't know who is, but thank you anyway. And if you're watching in the future, thank you too. And hello. I hope everybody has a good night and a good day. And I hope to see you all in the next one that you were able to make it to. And I've been trying to blend in my old signature sign off that I used to end my posts and entries and stuff with. And that is wishing everybody no tangles in life or in their hair. If you've got any tangles, I hope you can detangle them. And bye-bye for now. Keep shining.